30 phút nữa mới lên. Em Hà sinh con chưa?
Trước khi lúc mình sang đây là mình cũng đóng 100 triệu.
Mình dự kiến là dự định là sang đây làm để kiếm khoảng 600 triệu.
This was a really well-structured short documentary. Does a great job at presenting the issue, and it's an issue that's usually sort of shrouded with a lot of negative connotations. And I think they just do a good job at showing it in another light here. The one fellow who was in charge of training, I thought was just a really endearing character. And I really just enjoyed his spirit, I guess, and his wanting to make the lives of those migrant workers better. So I thought it was really just an inspiring little piece. Again, structured well, worth checking out.
I always say a documentary rides and dies on the subject matter, and this was really good subject matter because it showed me a world that I'd never seen before, that I'd never really learned about before. You know what I'm saying? And also about an issue that I didn't really know about. So it was really good at raising awareness and getting me to care about this issue. You know what I'm saying? That I had never even thought about before. So it really opened my eyes. So, and that's the mark of an effective documentary. And that's credit to the filmmakers. So y'all really conveyed y'all message really well. So overall, really good job.
Really interesting look at immigrant workers and that dream for a better life and work conditions that at some point can take advantage of people in their pursuit of something better. I found the stats of the violence and the lack of pay, the harsh working conditions, and this ideology that foreign workers are dispensable, really concerning. And obviously that's a theme that's been pervading throughout the world as we learn more and more about what our temporary migrant workers have to deal with. And I thought that this piece, while it did highlight those concerns, there was this slight sense of hope that if you can get the right people, the right bosses managing it, who have a connection to the people, who have a connection to not being in a position of power, to a position of struggle themselves, that maybe we can change these boundaries and there can be more dignity for these people who are just trying to strive for a better life. And that connection, ultimately, that can traverse structures that are inherently abusive.
An extremely sweet documentary. It addresses a lot of issues about immigration and corporations taking advantage of people who are desperate. But this tells the story of a construction company that, they're trying to help out their outsourced employees. And I thought that was extremely sweet because, we have this image when it comes to corporations where they're inherently greedy. I'm sure we've all worked jobs that took advantage of our desperation to make money, so they intentionally underpay you, make you feel like you're not worth how much you actually are. So it was a breath of fresh air to see a company actually look out for their employees, and I genuinely hope that things are staying true to that and that things are going well. It's always happy when you can be happy at your job. That's a rare sight to see.
Beautiful short film documentary, I guess, that told the story of two different perspectives of what it's like to be in at any job, really, I guess. This one specifically, where it got to tell you about the perspective of the employee and the employer, and kind of their two sides of the story about what it's like to have to be responsible for hiring people and the other perspective of just wanting to work hard to provide for a family. And I think it was just a really great way to tell the story and to really show both of the sides and both of the struggles that both of them have to go through to kind of reach or to figure out their future and what's best for themselves, best for their families, and best for whoever they're working with. So I think it was just a really interesting story to listen into and to really see how motivated these people are in with providing a future for themselves. And it really is a really great way to show that there is a land of hope there. And just seeing them kind of reach a consensus of hiring this group and being able to provide for a future for them, and on the other half for them being able to get the money to provide for their family. So yeah, it was a very beautiful
This one
story.
was really interesting. I have a soft spot for short documentaries because I think that they do a great job with like basically to shine a light on a perspective or a story that almost all people would not be able to experience or see. And I think that it can be really educational and inspiring, and I think that this is a great example of that. And I love the camaraderie. It felt like you're really spending so much time with them, and I think that that's because of the filmmaker's dedication to this. Like I can't imagine how many hours of other footage there is, and to get to this 11-minute version. And I think that the filmmaker should be super proud of basically the product that they ultimately whittled everything down
really
to.
Interesting short documentary. It was really great to see the different characters' personal experiences and motivations and stories, and the bigger context that they were fitting in, and then the employer's perspective, and how the one group in the documentary was working towards making a change in that system. I thought that was really cool.
I really liked how much time was actually spent and how they really portrayed in a very honest way the kind of attitude that they had at the beginning of the process, that this company had at the beginning of the process with hiring these workers that were leaving their home countries for work, and how over time that kind of attitude and their outlook on it changed, and how it continues to change, and kind of where they're progressing to, how their company has evolved, how by making a few very simple changes, the quality of life that these workers seem to have is so much higher, and it really can make a big difference and have a more powerful impact. And I really loved it because they did a great job of portraying that you really can just change how you think about something or how you behave or what your attitude is about something, and it can have a big effect, and it can help change policies and help expand things and actually make a difference. So I thought that was fantastic.